Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you regarding Israel. So right now, Israel is preparing for Iran to attack them. Okay? There's multiple scenarios here that can happen. Iran could launch ballistic missiles and drone attacks inside of Israel. We could have Hezbollah escalating here. The Houthis could escalate. And we'll have to see what Iran is going to do. But if you're wondering why Iran is wanting to attack Israel right now, it's due to on Monday. On Monday, Israel launched an airstrike inside of Damascus, Syria, the capital, and struck an Iranian consulate building near their embassy and killed two of their top IRGC Quds Force commanders. Okay, so due to this strike, Iran wants to target Israel and get back at them in revenge. And Ali Khamenei, the Iranian supreme leader, coming out and warning that he's going to punish Israel for this attack and saying that Israel will be slapped. Okay? The Zionist entity will be slapped. So Israel is bolstering their defense systems right now. They also are canceling leave for military troops. Okay, so they're not allowing any of their troops to go on leave. And the most recent IDF statement is the IDF is at war and the issue of the deployment of forces is constantly reviewed as needed. The military noted in its announcement. Okay, just like I put on the screen there for you. So Israel is at war here. Okay, they're declaring they're at war with multiple groups here. Okay, they're obviously at war with Hezbollah. They're at war with Hamas. Now they're basically declaring war on Iran by striking that Iranian consulate. Okay, so I have some extra information I want to go over here. We're going to be talking a lot about this. So I want to show you this real quick. This is on Fox News, actually. It says right here, U.S. troops warned to brace for retaliation from Iran after strike kills top commanders. So this is another potential escalation we could have here, is that Iran could potentially strike U.S. troops here. Okay, just like we've been seeing, it says right here, U.S. troops suffered over 150 attacks from Iran's proxies earlier this year. So yeah, this just stopped maybe like a month ago, where the U.S. was no longer being attacked. But prior to that, there was well over 150 attacks on U.S. troops throughout the Middle East and Iraq, Syria, Jordan. Okay, from some of these proxy groups from Iran. So the U.S. right now is worried that they could come under attack here. It could be a U.S. embassy. It could be a U.S. military base in Iraq or Syria or something like that. And the U.S. is coming out here in a statement and saying that, hey, we're not responsible for Israel. We have nothing to do with this. Israel didn't even warn us about this attack. But Iran is saying that the U.S. is just as responsible as Israel is for carrying out this strike, although they claim they had nothing to do with it. So very big news, and there's a potential here that Iran could strike the United States in some sort of way. Most likely one of their military outfits here. Okay, maybe an outpost or maybe an embassy, just like what happened to Iran getting hit with their consulate. Okay, so I also want to show you this. This is some pretty big news too. So apparently GPS is being jammed all around Israel right now too, and since the last 24 hours, especially late last night. We had word as well that some of the Israelis were taking shelter inside of air raid bunkers, for this potential attack, because there was a lot of news coming out that this may have happened last night. So definitely people in Israel were panicking a little bit, and the IDF was coming out and warning people, don't panic yet, don't run to the air raid shelters. The Iron Dome is going to protect us, but people are still worried, and this has a lot to show of worry here, is this GPS jamming. Now, does Iran have the capability to do this? I have no idea, to be honest with you, but definitely GPS is being jammed like crazy over Israel, and this could be to interfere with their air defense systems and make it difficult to defend themselves if they come under attack here. So I just wanted to show you that, And we're going to get into some more information here. Let's talk about this on Reuters. Israel beefs up defenses on alert after Iran revenge threat. Okay, this just coming out today, April 4th. So let's talk about this. So this is part of the summary here. Israeli army cancels leave for all combat units. So they're canceling leave. No one is allowed to go on leave. They've called up reservists as well. Also mobilizing more troops for air defense units. Israel is prepared for every scenario, the government says. Iran has vowed to avenge killing of Iranian generals in Syria, seen as keen to avoid total war, may stick to proxy attacks. So yeah, we'll definitely have to see what happens here, but I wonder if there's a delay right now that Iran is not really attacking Israel at the moment, because I've got lots of word that there's been multiple attacks happening inside Iran throughout the last like 12 hours here, 12 to 16 hours. Excuse me. They've come under attack by some of these Sunni militant forces that were apparently taking over like a weapons depot in like eastern Iran, I believe. And there's lots of fighting going on in there. And there's also some unconfirmed reports too that Israel may be striking Iran in some areas there. I kind of saw something about that. I'll have to check into it and get more information for you. So Israel braced on Thursday for the possibility of a retaliatory attack after the suspected killing of Iranian generals in Damascus this week, saying it would respond forcefully and signaling it had stiffened its military preparedness. Israel's armed forces, stretched by nearly 6 months of war in the Gaza Strip and on the Lebanese front, announced they were suspending leave for all combat units a day after they said they were mobilizing more troops for air defense units. The possibility of Iran retaliating for Monday's presumed Israeli airstrike on Iran's embassy compound in Damascus has raised the specter of a wider war, though two Iranian sources said Tehran's response would be calibrated to avoid escalation. The state of Israel is prepared for every scenario. We will respond with force to any attempts to attack us, government spokesperson Raquel Karamson said in a briefing. So they're ready to respond. So what will happen here if Iran launches ballistic missiles or drones or whatever they do coming from their territory? Does that mean that Israel's going to strike Iran directly? We'll have to see. Reuters, journalists and residents of Israel's commercial hub, Tel Aviv, said GPS services had been disrupted, an apparent measure to help ward off guided missiles. So see, just like I said there, GPS services have been disrupted in many areas here, like I showed you on that map. Iran, Israel's archenemy, has sworn revenge for the killing of 2 of its generals along with 5 military advisors in an airstrike on an Iranian diplomatic compound in the Syrian capital on Monday. Israel is believed to have carried out the strike, among the most significant yet on Iranian interests in Tehran's close ally Syria. Israel has neither confirmed nor denied involvement. Okay, and it says here, since then, investors have been on edge. The Tel Aviv Stock Exchange main TA125 share index fell another 2.2% on Thursday to extend losses this week to around 4%. The Israeli shekel was 0.6% weaker versus the dollar at a 3.73 rate, and government bond prices were down as much as 0.4%. So their economy is definitely getting hit here due to this war. Okay, this has definitely affected them, and I've reported on this before as well. That they're just their ports alone. Okay, when the Houthis were targeting ships going to Israeli ports, this majorly affected their ports, and their imports of products coming into the country fell by like 90%. It was a massive drop. So at this point, Israel's kind of in like a make it or break it mode here, that they either go all in and commit to this and go to war, and maybe that'll boost the economy back up when they start spending a bunch of money on military spending, or they turn back around here and they're going to suffer some consequences here with their economy for sure. It's going to hurt them. In accordance with the situational assessment, it has been decided that leave will be temporarily paused for all IDF combat units. The military said in a statement, the IDF is at war and the deployment of forces is under continuous assessment according to requirements. So look at that. The IDF is at war. Yes, did Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, come out and say that when they were first engaging with Hamas in Gaza back in October? Yes, he did state that. that they were at war. And now they're saying they're at war, but they're at war with multiple nations here, multiple groups. Okay, they're at war with Hezbollah in Lebanon. They're at war with Hamas. They're at war technically with the Houthis down in Yemen, and the Islamic resistance of Iraq and Iran themselves and the IRGC. I mean, it's compiling. Obviously, these are all proxies of Iran and then Iran themselves, the head of the snake. Um, but they're definitely, this is definitely beginning to be a war here, guys. Okay, this is not just you know, proxy groups fighting and skirmishing with Israel anymore. Okay, Israel, the minute that they struck that consulate, this is game over. Okay, this is going to lead to something major. We're gonna have to see what happens. With Israelis anxious about a possible escalation, military later issued a statement clarifying that no changes had been made in its guidelines for the home front and that there was no need to gather food, cash, or generators. Israel has been pressing its war on Hamas in Gaza since the Palestinian Islamists led a cross-border kidnapping spree on October 7th, and has also been trading fire almost daily with Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon. Yemen's Houthi rebels, which are aligned with Tehran, have launched occasional long-range rockets at Israel's Eilat port. Okay, so this obviously has a lot more information here. I'll definitely cite this down below if you guys want to read all that. I just wanted to give you the main part of the story there to share some information with you. So, you know, let me know what you think is going to happen here. We're obviously still waiting, but this war between Iran and Israel and potentially the United States, if the United States gets dragged into this, this is going to be really bad. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be really bad. But we're going to have to see how Israel responds here and what exactly happens. What will Iran do? It all depends on what Iran's next move is here. But in my opinion, they're almost pushed to the brink. At no point they have no choice here but to strike Israel directly, or at least attempt to. Okay, that's what I think. Let me know what you think down below. Share your thoughts and opinions on what you think is going to happen in the comment section. But that's going to be it for this update. When more information comes out on this, I will definitely let you guys know. I'm sure we're going to be hearing something probably here in the next few hours. Who knows? But this situation is developing very quickly right now. It's ongoing. So when more information comes out, you will be the first to know. Make sure you guys also, if you enjoy my content, smash that like button on the video and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as well, so that way YouTube can notify you as soon as I put out new updates regarding the story. So thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.